Hi, my name is Brad and I'm a recovering technician. I'd like to share with you the story of my recovery from a business that didn't work.
It's the Plantscape Business School Podcast. This is the podcast for growing not just beautiful plants, but thriving plantscape businesses. Here's your host, longtime Plantscape business owner, systems nerd, and small business innovator, Brad Miller.
Welcome to this first episode of Plantscape Business School Podcast, the only podcast specifically designed for plantscape business owners and leaders to help you grow your plantscape business. The story in that intro, it's a true story. I do have a recovery story. If you've heard me speak before, you may have heard it. I use it again here because it's the perfect way to introduce this work. Not just the work of Interior Plantscapes, the Plantscape company I started in 1983, but Plantscape Business School. First, some background. So I said I definitely have a recovery story, and it's a recovery from a business that didn't work. And by didn't work, I mean I didn't like my business. I didn't like my business, which meant I didn't like my life. And back then, I didn't really even know the idea of a business that didn't work. That idea never even occurred to me. It came along much later when I realized that there was a different way to run a business. But back then I thought, you know what? Work is work. This is hard. Deal with it. But I learned that there is a better way. That yes, business is hard and it takes everything you've got, and many times it's chaos, but it can be a good hard that takes all you've got, and you can thrive in the chaos and have fun. So in this very first episode, I'd like to introduce three ideas. The first one is about systems, and right now you're thinking, okay, that's nothing new. Everybody knows you need systems, but maybe not the systems that you're thinking of. The second idea is the idea of a technician mindset. And because we use the word technician in the plantscape world, you might be thinking of a different type of technician than I am. And then the last one is a process that I created. It's called Your Best Work the Best Way. That's the most exciting thing that I'm looking forward to sharing with you. So let's go. First, systems. One of my all-time favorite quotes on systems is, your systems are perfectly designed for the results you're getting. I believe that we should be systems thinkers, that we should be the intelligent designers of our business. That's part of the idea of working on. You work on your business to make it better. But I heard that same quote from a business coach that I really respect. And he said this: your belief systems are perfectly designed for the results you're getting. And I was like, no, that's for business systems. And then in like a really quick 2-second hard pause, I was like, whoa, he's right. My belief systems are perfectly designed for the results I'm getting. And so looking back, that is where I realized that that was the beginning of my business recovery. I had a business that didn't work, but my business recovery started over 33 years ago, because it's when I heard what I love to call the sentence that changed everything. And it changed everything, listen, because my belief systems changed. That's huge. Here's the sentence, and I guarantee you've heard it before. You have to stop working in your business as an employee and go to work on it. Now, before you go, yeah, I've heard that quote, I know what that means. Maybe you know what it means, but are you doing the work? My belief systems about how a business should work were really the source of my problems. And it was Michael Gerber who wrote the book, The E-Myth, over 40 years ago, that really changed my thinking. And I joined the E-Myth Academy, and it just really helped to transform my business. My mindset changed quickly. My business changed more slowly, but it changed permanently and significantly. I have a business that doesn't depend on me being an employee in the business. So my point is this: everything begins with our beliefs. So you can't, or more accurate, maybe you won't go to work on your business until your BS changes. And I mean your belief systems change. So it's not just agreeing with the statement. Every business owner has heard go to work on your business, but they don't, or maybe they can't, because of point number 2, because of their technician mindset. The technician mindset is one of the first things that I learned in the eMyth Academy. And over 30 years ago, pre-internet, it was a teleseminar with an eMyth coach and 12 other business owners, all different industries, all around the country. So to go to work on your business, you take off the tool belt, the mental tool belt, and the physical tool belt. That's the technician in you that's keeping you from doing the work, doing the working on it work. And you want to know why? It's because you're a freaking amazing technician. You're so talented in the work that you do. So listen, friend, that expertise that you have and that was essential for helping you to make everything work when you started up, it was perfect for that time. But now that very thing is what's limiting your growth. It's limiting your personal growth, and it's limiting your business growth. That technician mindset, it's a belief system. It's what's keeping you from doing the working on it work. You believe that you have to work in. That's the technician mindset. The business won't succeed unless I'm working in it. You believe that nobody can do it better than you. And if, and this is a big if you only want to be self-employed, meaning you're okay being a one-person operation or a two-person operation, go for it. No one's judging you. No one's saying that you have to build this big old conglomerate. But just make sure that you understand that there's limitations and you've created a job for yourself. So the technician mindset, what does that mean to go a little bit deeper? Here's a couple of ideas. One is that whoever is the hardest worker wins. And honestly, I've prided myself as a hard worker, and I I even got a sense of my identity and my self-worth from how hard I worked. I was good at work. I still am good at work. But that works really well until it doesn't. In the Plantscape industry, we use the word technician to describe the person who takes care of the plants. We call them a plant care technician or a plant tech. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about something much bigger. The technician that we're talking about works in the business doing everything, and they do it because it feels comfortable to them. It's a safe place. When we're working in the business, we feel productive. It produces immediate results. It's familiar and it keeps you busy. But friend, it's the wrong kind of busy. Working on the business is different. And you don't do it because it's uncomfortable compared to the technician work. So working on it means stepping back from today's tasks and design how the work should be done by someone else, not just you. So it means turning what you know in your head into standards, systems, and decisions that don't depend on your constant presence. And it includes leaving your comfort zone. So the recovery from a technician mindset is what I want to bring to the Plantscape world. You see, I've been attending Plantscape conferences for over 40 years, and yes, speaking at some as well. And I believe that our industry, the Plantscape industry, has been stuck in this same technician mindset. Almost everything that you would hear at Plantscape conferences was geared toward the technician. How to do better plant care, how to recognize pests and take care of pests, and how to grow healthy plants. And there was not enough information about how to grow a healthy business. Good news, though, I really see a shift. In the last couple of years, I've seen several leaders in the industry and in the industry associations asking the big questions about how do we grow our business? How do we create a more profitable business? And at TPIE in 2026, just a few weeks ago, I was at a great TPIE or a Plantscape forum where they were asking these questions. And it was a room full of very, very smart Plantscape business people. And so the first two ideas of this podcast are about mindset. The first one, belief systems, and the second one, this technician mindset. And both of these two are what really come together to affect this last idea. The third idea is this: your best work, the best way. And your best work, the best way is a process that I created and I learned by working on my own business. And it is the work that no one else will do except you, the business owner, the business leader. So right now you need to show the technician the door as we talk about working on your business, doing your best work the best way. So your best work, first of all, is understanding that all work is not good work, all business is not good business, all clients are not good clients, all products are not good products, and we say no to the good so that we can say yes to the best. So the best way, so your best work, the best way. So the second part of that is understanding that once you have identified the best work, that there's a best way to do it, that you can innovate and you can invent, and then you can innovate and invent, and it's just this continual process of making our work better and better. To do what? To eliminate waste and inefficiency, to deliver a superior and unique customer experience, to create a very predictable experience for our customers, clients, for our coworkers, and even for ourselves, the Plantscape business owners. We can strive for zero defects in our work by doing our work the best way and just continuing to improve our processes. And all this can happen without us, without you, the business owner, doing the work. So that's why I've come up with the tagline for Plantscape Business School of simplify your business, expand your life. Friend, I don't know you, maybe I know some of you, but I know this about you. Your business is too complicated. And when your business is too complicated, your life is too complicated. So through the years, I've seen how the Plantscape business industry has become more and more complicated, just doing a lot of things that maybe we shouldn't say yes to. And so the idea of your best work the best way is to come to school with me and identify the very best work and go to work to simplify it. Let me dig into this just a little bit more. Your best work the best way is this. You have to know your business to know your business. This is what I mean. You have to KNOW, know your business, so that you can NO, know your business. So that's the work of Plantscape Business School. Together we can go to work to simplify our Plantscape business so that we can expand our life. And why do I keep hammering on this idea of simplify? Let me just tell you, simple is lucrative. Let me say it again. Simple is lucrative. The Plantscape business, it's a complicated business with a lot of moving parts. And without determination, like a dogged, pig-headed determination, we will make our business more and more complicated. You have to know what to say no to. Okay, you say, I get it. I want a simple and a lucrative business. How do I do that? Well, I'm glad you tuned in because that's what we're going to be working on. Your best work, the best way. Next episode, we're going to start with that vision of our best work. Who is our best prospect and why? And once we have that vision, then we can really dig into how to serve them the best. I'm also going to challenge you to have a vision of, your life. So before we have a vision for our business, what's the vision for our life? What do we want our life to look like? And then we can go to work on our business to make that vision possible. So that's the next episode. We're going to take a deeper dive into your best work, the best way. A process, a system for creating systems, for working on it. Thanks for tuning in to this first episode of Plantscape Business School Podcast. See you on the next one.
Thanks for listening to the Plantscape Business School Podcast. If today's episode helped you think differently about your Plantscape business, share it with a fellow owner and make sure you're subscribed so you never miss an episode. For tools, training, and resources to help you build a business that really works, visit PlantscapeBusinessSchool.com. Plantscape Business School. Uncomplicate your business and expand your life.